Can
Uh-oh.
everybody hear me?
Oh, yeah.
We're live.
What is going on?
I mean, I see us right
You gotta
now
be kidding me.
on YouTube live. We can hear you.
You know, I answered your backstage request,
What
and I just
happened?
noticed I was on
What
mute.
happened?
We can see you so well.
No, I can't hear anybody.
Well, we can hear you.
Can you guys hear me at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't hear anybody.
Oh no.
Oh, this is all right. I'll be right back.
We're making it up as we go.
Right?
Welcome to the shit show.
He said, "Hey, that worked." Wow.
It won't even go back. Come on. All right, hold on.
So for
This
anybody
is
who's just now joining, we're having a bit of technical difficulty.
Oh, good. Earl can hear. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody can
except for
hear
me.
except Ryan.
I can't hear.
And now he's not.
Oh, wait, can I throw those up yet? Nah, well, we'll wait.
Can't we just give away a lot of stuff?
Dwarf tossing. Time for dwarf tossing.
We can just give away a ton of stuff right now, and he has to pay for it. It's not on us.
What can we start with? Well, he has a BAM P1S.
A life-size T-Rex
Oh,
dinosaur sculpture fossil.
I should run up and see if I can find where she put that.
The one that I wanted though, like there's one that's kind of like the size of, I don't know, it's as long as like a 10-foot trailer, and you can hang it from the ceiling. And I was like, that'd be awesome. But then I saw what it would take to print it, and it was like 600 hours of printing, and then like I can't remember how many kilograms of filament. Yeah, bit too much.
The coolest thing, though, is you could take, it doesn't have to be a big dinosaur. You can take a small dinosaur and blow it up.
Yep.
Hey, questionable.
It's not going. Why is
Oh,
it
no.
not working?
Can you hear us now?
There we go.
Hey.
Now you can hear me.
Oh yeah, we can hear
I don't
you.
know what the.
Uh-oh.
Well, that went sideways real quick.
Well, we're live right now, and everybody can hear us.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think it works.
Well, yeah, everything works except for me. I for some reason I screw the pooch every time.
I have like 3 audio signals, and when I go from doing StreamYard and then jump over to like a Zoom call or something, it's like the end of my computer. My computer is like absolutely not.
Yeah. Well, I made the mistake of going, oh, I have these headphones. Maybe I can hear better if I turn on my Bluetooth headphones. And yeah, that was a mistake.
Yeah, it'll do it.
Yeah, that definite mistake. I should have known better.
Yep.
Oh,
My phone right now is at like 4% battery, and I can't plug it up to any one of these because my computer will be like, oh, haha, and then it just starts doing all kinds of stuff. It's the worst.
Well, welcome everybody. It's making it up as we go. What are we on? Episode 147 of this garbage. And of course, we're welcoming Mr. Hamilton Dillbeck to the show tonight. So thanks for joining us, Ham.
Heck yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just a professional outfit that we run here.
It is. I like it.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say is I'm not worthy.
Yeah. Yeah, I told my wife, I was like, oh, because I brought down another computer to hook up, but when we're down here, we're on location in South Carolina. Usually she has like work monitors down here for when she's working on her work here, but I guess she took them back up with her to back up to Maryland in the fall, and so I didn't have anything to hook the little computer up to, and so I have the old laptop that is barely hanging on.
Works great.
And the iPad, so we'll deal with it. When it dies, it dies. It's just, that's what it is. So, well, welcome everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. We much appreciate it. As usual, I can't. I might be able to see some of the comments, but not very many of them. So we'll have to please make sure to make fun of me and point out that my forklift doesn't have any brakes. That we do love midget tossing, and anything else that we can do here.
Get her out now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Mr. Paul, what have you been doing this week? Anything fun and exciting?
I haven't accomplished a thing. This is one of the least productive weeks I've had, and I can't tell you how long. In fact, if my 3D printer starts making too much noise, let me know and I'll mute. But this is as productive as I've been all week, and I'm making fidgets for my granddaughter.
Oh, good deal.
Well, you're doing
So-
something.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Well, at your age, Paul, that's all we can ask for.
I know. I mean, I'm on the downhill side of the curve, so
Easy slide all the way down.
Easy.
Yeah.
yeah, it's always easier going down than it is working your way up.
Right?
Yep. Yep. Well, what about you, Sean? What have you been working on this week?
It's been interesting. We had a heck of a storm come through, and I have a tree that's about 70 foot tall, and we lost one of the major limbs off of it. Missed. It's interesting. It flew through the air at least 30 to 40 feet.
Ooh.
But we had a beautiful magnolia, and the magnolia caught the branch from hitting the ground.
Hmm.
So yeah, ended up out in the yard with a chainsaw. And that was actually Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday because it took me out for 2 days. But then,
wow.
I love I love my trains, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I love the 3D printing on top of it. A friend of mine gave me a water tower. It's a G scale, so it's big, but it was missing parts. And it's like, don't throw it. We can fix it. So let's see if I can get this into the shot. There we go.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
So, but if you notice, see how one's discolored just a little bit? Right.
Oh, the leg.
Yeah. So it was missing a leg, and they were going to toss it. It's like, no. So yeah, real quick, designed it in CAD and printed it, and yeah.
That's
Sweet.
awesome.
And if on a real one that leg got replaced, it wouldn't be the exact same color either.
Right. I'm not going to paint it anyways.
Yeah.
It's just so cool to be able to take the technology we have today and fix things.
Serious.
Why discard it when it can be easily fixed?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've been doing that and working on the big bat wing, and oh yeah, there's part of the wing.
Oh,
This is going to. There we go.
Oh, that's coming out nice.
Yeah. Now this will be hanging up in the Iowa League of Heroes, and the coolest thing about those guys is they do charity stuff. They go to the church, or not church. They go to the children's hospitals and stuff, and they're all dressed up like Batman or the superheroes, and it's really cool to see.
That's
So
awesome.
I love doing stuff like this for them.
heck yeah.
So, but yeah. Other
How
than
much more do you have left to print on it?
that, most of it's actually printed. It's in parts. Yeah. Let me get one more piece. I love this piece. Where'd I put the cockpit? There's the cockpit. I'll show you the front. So, and then the wings, they get attached, but way out here. There's still more to go in between. And then we have the cockpit that goes inside.
Wow.
So,
Now,
yeah,
has that been touched up and painted, or is that the way it came off the printer?
this is how it came off the printer right now.
Boy, that's beautiful print.
And the cool part though, it all gets sanded and filled and repainted black. But we're gonna do it in with bed liner, so it adds a really cool texture.
Nice. Actually, I was watching something the other day, car related, these people that were bedlining Honda Elements, and they did the Raptor liner with 20% of reduction, and that I guess sprayed pretty smooth. Like it was gave it a little bit of texture, but not a whole lot. So there might be something to keep an ear on. Yeah.
Now, normally I say, and that's what I've been up to. How about you? But hey, I mean,
Yeah. Ham, you been working on any projects this week you can tell us about?
Oh, just breaking federal trademarks. Just, doing my best to get noticed out in the world. So yeah, we've been making some stuff, doing some fun things. Honestly, I should have had some stuff around here to show off because we've been working on so many things. But I guess the biggest would be the launch of cncfiles.com
Yeah.
and this little spiky ball.
one extreme to the
Very
next.
good.
Yeah, it's the big
Well,
stuff.
you know, the spiky ball is more than what Paul did all week, so you're all right.
It's probably more than I did all month.
I wouldn't recommend it. It really hurts a lot.
So, well, I of course am down here on location. I got down here on Thursday, so my week playing around in shop and doing stuff has been cut short. But the Gigapop is one piece away from being done. So yeah, the funnel is sitting on the machine right now back at the house, all done. So it's huge. It's going to be like 4 feet tall. Yeah, so once I get home, I got to do the top lid part, and that's it. And then it's all together.
What is this?
This is I've been calling it the Gigapop, and what it is, it's this guy Hy-B 3D came out a couple months ago with a gachapop vending machine.
Ah,
So it dispenses the 2-inch round, balls.
yeah.
And so I bought the files for it and stuff, and was making some smaller ones. And yeah, there Sean's got it up on the part on the screen there. But I decided, since I have the Soval SV08 Max, I was going to make a giant one. So I've been doing the parts for a big one that I can take to the shows or whatever, and have it as a kind of as a statement piece to draw people over and see what we got to sell.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. The balls that are going to be dispensed out of it, because I've increased the size by 265%. There, instead of the 2-inch ball, it's a 6-inch ball.
Wow. So it's 100% 3D printed?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It's about well, after you take away the supports and all that stuff, it's about 14.5 kilograms
20,
of filament.
28 pounds, almost 30 pounds.
Yeah, it's a big boy. So
Where are you going to get 6-inch? Are you going to 3D print those too?
the balls for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, and some stuff to put in them. Don't know what yet, but at least for the little bit, I can bring it out as the statement piece itself. So we'll see.
I want to run with this, but we're going to keep it clean this show.
Oh, okay.
Why would this week be any different?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Good point. So you're going to 3D print your balls, huh?
Yes, I got to 3D print my balls, and many of them will be blue.
Goodness. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing that because I never would have once thought about 3D printing off a vending machine.
Yeah, it's really cool. His whole he's got a really good community going on. He has like a
URL?
good size. It's HYBE or no, I'm sorry, hyb3d.com. Yep. And he's got like a Discord channel and all that, and the people on there are really good because it's got like a lot of people that do 3D printing for businesses and stuff like that, and do shows and such. It's been a good group of folks to be in touch with. So, a lot of fun.
There should be a link in the chat.
Got it.
Yeah.
I just typed B instead of BEE, and it took me somewhere that I was like, oh no.
Oops.
Is this where you're getting your files from?
There's the link.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah. It's a really neat thing. So it's been pretty fun. You know, kids and adults are pretty stoked when they go to the show and they see that it's a 3D printed machine, and all that, and it's pretty neat to do.
Does
So,
it require a coin to be in there
Yes.
to work?
Yeah, and it even sounds like the regular machine. It's got the clicky noises to it and everything else. It's a 3D printed coin, but some people have made modifications that you can put like regular size quarters or loonies or whatever, some other non-American money.
How
Wow.
incredibly interesting.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, so been working on the big giant one
Well,
that I've been calling the Gigapop.
well, yeah, you definitely need to show me right when you get home, because I am going to Carveco's throwing a user group
Yeah.
at the end of August, and I'm going to be there, and I've kind of got like a little station, and I've been thinking about stuff that we could have over there, and this could be like a fun little thing just to have out and have
Okay.
like some like fun little prizes in it.
Oh, if you needed somebody to come down there and hang out with you and deliver some, that might be something that could happen.
Do it. Atlanta. It's the end of August, August 29th and 30th,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
one, come all. Because honestly, I mean, I didn't even realize I was wearing a Carveco shirt, but like it's going to be a ton of fun. And I've been, like when you've got like a table, you think that you need to like do X, Y, and Z, and go through. And I've seen so many people spend thousands of dollars on like banners and all this kind of stuff. And I've always just been like, I could just get a piece of poster board and a Sharpie and be like, hey, come over and hang out. So yeah, that's very cool. I might end up doing that.
Yeah. Well, we can talk about that and see what we can get done.
Sweet.
But good times. But yeah, besides that, I started printing out some more other stuff for the next show that I'm going to be going to sell plastic stuff.
Nice.
And we'll see how that goes. Keep on going. I'm actually in the process right now of uploading a video, which has been in process for the last 3 hours and 20 minutes. And it's currently at 81%. For some reason, a 15-minute video is taking forever to upload to YouTube.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but there's the Mandalorian and Grogu movie came out yesterday, and we're going to see it tomorrow. And so I did a video on doing some fun things for us to wear while we go to the to see the show. So
Nice. That's cool.
yeah, so it'll be fun once it's finally uploaded.
Finally there.
Yeah. So all right, well let's get moving on tonight. We'll the first thing we need to really talk about is Hamilton's new gig, and we can also talk about his latest video that he put out here. So let's see here. We're going to try to swing this around. There we go. Look at, there's no brand new scene, so there's no cool quirky transitions to that one. So but man, Hamilton, you were working on the PVC, which is one of my favorite things to work on with the CNC.
Yeah, it's interesting because I've used it before, and I very rarely see people talk about it, and I think it's because
Yeah.
you just don't use it with lasers. So like the
Right.
majority of the community doesn't know that it exists because the laser community just can't use it. So if you don't know, if you've got a laser, don't use PVC. It's really poisonous, the gases that come off of it and everything. But
These
for
machines
CNC,
are pretty good.
yeah,
Trust me.
it'll get you. But for us with CNC machines, it is like, to me, one of the very cheap, easy, perfect, readily available, there for you materials. Now, that's spray painted and it looks really good, but if it's going to be like touched a lot, then it's probably not going to look great in like a year.
One thing I've done with PVC before is sprayed some adhesion promoter before the paint,
Yeah.
and that seems to help with the with it from chipping off or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah,
Um, but,
I looked at a bunch in that Krylon, which it looks like we just teed that up, that conversation. That Krylon, it really seemed to stick pretty well. The only time is that like I ran it as I was over on the CNC, I'd flipped it over to like get the tabs, and I pulled it over a screw, and there was like one little nick.
Oh,
I was like, ah, there you go.
as soon as you can touch it up, though.
Oh yeah, I touched it up real quick. Some YouTube magic.
yeah, we have. I did a PVC sign here for our place here at the beach, and it's been hanging outside for well, we've been here for almost 6 years. We've had this place, so
Wow.
it's been hanging up outside all that time and still looks great. So
Did you do the
PVC.
smooth or the texture?
No, I just did a like just like what you have on this video. It was just I carved it out and threw it in there. So
Nice.
it did pretty good. So these are all files that we can find on cncfiles.com.
Yeah, we are now live. So I guess we technically went live around 9 months ago, but we didn't have the ability for people to be able to sell their own files, which is something that I've been consistently asked about for a very long time. And I've always wanted to offer it, but it is incredibly difficult to set up a multi-vendor marketplace that is useful. And I'm not saying that there aren't other variants out there, but I am saying that I don't want to talk to people about their money. So in order for
Yeah.
me to make like an Etsy-like experience, it's just so in depth and very, very expensive. So it's been a long time coming, and we're very, very happy that it's now out there and available because it's like even today I was emailing somebody about tax stuff, and you know how much I want to have those emails, like zero amount, right? But it's important because there's money flowing around, and people are figuring out how things work and everything, and it's all very brand new, so it's been very exciting and stressful and fun, and I am very glad that we're finally here. People have been making sales. We've been paying out hundreds of dollars so far. We've only been live for like 3 weeks, and like people are making money, so it's working.
That's great. That's great. So tell us a little bit more about cncfiles.com. So do you need a subscription to use it, or can just anybody go in there and buy a file?
Yeah, so you don't need a subscription. One of the things that I have been very aware of since I started doing YouTube videos back in 2021. Look at that guy with that fresh hair. Oh my gosh. Started doing videos back in 2021, and I had a CNC, and I was like very clearly like, I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just going for it. And therefore, a lot of people were like, oh, cool, me too. And then I started having files, and people were like, I want that file. And then I was like, cool, I'll put it up on Etsy. And then I was like, oh, people actually want to buy this stuff. And then there was the people who watched the video who were like, I get where Hamilton's at. And then the people who found the file who had no idea who I was, that was really, really mad, being like, what the heck is this file? There's no information, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, go watch the video. And they're like, well, you have to watch a 10-minute video to figure out a file. And I'm like, you're right, that does sound bad. So that was 5 years ago. And now we have a very, very good system where every single one of our files that comes out, if you go to cncfiles.com right now, you'll see things called credit files. We come out with those every single day, both for we come out with different types. So project files, we've got reliefs, and we also have vector libraries. And people show up, and if you want to become a member, we have memberships, but no membership is required whatsoever on the site, because I used to have a membership, and that was really, really great for a lot of reasons, and a lot of reasons it was not great. So I wanted to be able to offer kind of a one-size-fits-all kind of solution. So if you're a part-time maker, you can get a few credits every single month, or if you're full-time, you can go ahead and get an unlimited amount. There's different tiers of membership, but you don't have to be a member. You can just buy stuff with money. Anybody can sell on the site completely for free. There's no listing fees. You don't have to be a member in order to sell. The vast majority of people with CNC machines have files, and they're sitting around, and they want to be able to sell them. So one of my big goals with launching the marketplace is being able to educate sellers on how to do it in a way that is helpful for the community. Everybody knows that you can go online and get 3D printing files like immediately. Like we just talked about that vending machine. I see it, I press a button, cool, I have it, and I can probably get very consistent good results on my machines because it is an STL. You put it into a slicer. It's very, very dumbed down for, honestly, the masses. And CNC is very far away from that. And there's a lot of good reasons why it's far away from that. But our goal is to be able to simplify that as much as possible. So back in the day when we used to offer just an SVG, I would get people super mad at me being like, did I really just buy circles from you? And I'm like, yeah, you bought circles, and you also bought a little note that says what depths to do the circles and the tools to put for the circles, and they would still get mad. And I understood because the lack of education's there, right? People want to be able to double click on a file and be able to very quickly and easily understand what they need to do in order to get really good results. So we've been iterating throughout the years, and now we've got a very simple setup where if you haven't been to cncfiles.com, create an account right now, and you'll get 1 free credit. Go download any one of our credit files, and you'll see the insane package that we give. So if you get the SVG, you get a toolpath tutorial, or kind of like a toolpath PDF, and it's just a single page, and there's bright colors, and there's beautiful pictures, and anybody can understand exactly what they need to do. And then if you want to get the STL and you can use that, you definitely go for it. Our files also show, if you scroll down a little bit, click on that has all the pictures. Yeah, that one. So if you scroll up a little bit, once you've clicked that, it'll show the big one. So we've got this thing that very easily shows people like, hey, if you have this software, this is the thing that you can at least import, right? And then we also offer the Carveco and Vectric files as well, so that they're fully toolpathed. And most people don't really understand what it means that things are toolpathed and toolpath databases and feeds and speeds and stuff. So all of our files are very tame in the way that they're not going to break your machine. They're also not going to break any speed records. So for us, we are really trying to make it so that it's accessible as possible. And one of the really cool things about allowing other people to sell is people are selling stuff. Like every once in a while somebody uploads something that I'm like, that's weird, and it's not going to sell. And then heck, a day later, 2 people bought it. And I'm like, what? It is, you know how I'm sure everybody here has gone to Etsy and been like, what's selling? And you look around and you're like, well, I don't really know. And it looks like that might, blah, blah, blah. And everybody buys all these tools. It's the first time that I've ever been able to see like the hardcore data. And I'm just like, what? There is literally a file for everybody out there. And I really mean it. But the amount of CNC files out in the world is just so small because the average person, let's say that, you know, Paul creates something really cool. He shows it on Facebook. He gets a bunch of likes and people are like, give me the file. The average person is not going to share that file because they don't want the questions associated with it. And they don't understand how to set their file up that's made for people to be able to use in a very linear, you know, success-based way. So we've made the platform available, and my goal over the next few months is to put out vendor education. So we're hoping to get people to the place where they understand how to set their files up so that people can actually succeed. And one of the first ways that we're doing that is if you scroll down on that listing just a little bit, you'll be able to see one of those fancy little wooden pictures. Go ahead and click on one of those, and that is one of our things that's going to be available to all of our vendors completely free. You're not going to be like subscription locked or anything like that. Just to be able to turn STLs into really cool like different sets of materials to be able to show off your STL as well. Because we've got some really awesome modelers that have already come on the site that have really cool files, but not to be rude, the files don't look as good as they could. So I'm really hoping to equip as many people as possible to be able to make their listings look really great, to be able to provide their files in a way that makes it so that people aren't constantly questioning things. But one of the big things that is like an ethos of cncfiles.com is creating for quiet. We don't want to answer support questions. We don't want to spend our time doing that. We want to spend our time making stuff. So over the last few years, we've spent a ton of time making our files so that people don't ask us questions. So
Yeah.
it's been quite the road to get here. It has been a very, very long time, but we are very proud to be able to come out with new files every single day. As you can see, a lot of those like white files right there with the watermark covering them, that's our old system. It's how we were able to do things, and that's what most people do. I can make fun of this because it's ours. You sit there, you make an STL, you simulate it in whatever program that you have, and then you take a screenshot of it. Most of the time you tilt it so that people don't use Carveco or Vectric to be able just to use Easy Create and, create a brand new model. And it's like, whoa, I got that for free. So you have to slather it full of watermark images, and it just doesn't look very good. And the really nice part about the STL generator is you can sit there and you can simulate it in wood. And I have gone over every single one of the simulations, every single one of the finishes that's offered in the simulations. And Carveco, which is, I believe, one of the best things to take an image and turn it into an actual relief, every single time it was trash because of how we've set things up so that your file can't be stolen very easily. So it's little things like that that we obsess about that most people would never think about. So we're hoping to educate people. We're making a platform so that, like, hopefully people don't feel like they have to drive traffic like they do on other places. It is so overwhelming when you're like, I want to sell my files, and it's like, okay, where do you sell them? Etsy. Okay, if you want traffic, you have to pay for ads. That's a part of the game. That's business. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but okay, you start selling a ton on Etsy, you open up a Shopify store. I can speak really, really well about the fact that I've owned 2 Shopify stores to sell digital files, and the amount of things that you need in order for your client to be able to get that digital download is a lot. And it's also very expensive. So if you're somebody who is a content creator and you're making a bunch of traffic on your own, of course, having your own website, you're going to end up having more money. But if you're somebody with a dream and a hope, it's not worth it. So the goal is to be able to have like a home for those people that there's no listing fees. You can upload 100 different listings if you want to without paying a single dime. And then all of a sudden, if you have your file purchased, well, you get 80% and we take 20%, plus the Stripe fees and stuff. But if you don't want that and you sell a bunch of files, you can become a member. We've got different memberships, and that lowers your transaction fees all the way down to 3% if you want to. And that is only like $30 a month. And I, for one, who have sold files for a very long time, to me that's cheap. I know for other people that might not be the same. But if you end up getting the thing for $30 a month, you also get unlimited downloads of our files. So like anybody in how you approach being a maker can find a way to be able to use the site to your benefit without feeling like something weird's going on. Like if you want to be a member, be a member. If you don't be a member. Like every single day we've got brand new files showing up. So at least come and look, look at other people's creations, like pop in there and just like see something, save it to your profile. It'll help them out and be able to push their listing a little bit farther up so that other people can see it. Like one of the things that I'm going to start doing is making videos just talking about other makers' files, not even my own, and cutting them out here in the shop and talking about things that I really enjoy just to be able to drive traffic to the site. So like my hope is that my channel and community can be able to push traffic and sales, and that other makers out there can see this as like hey, I should finally do that. I should upload my files. Sorry, I'm yammering. I'm very passionate about it.
No, this is what we want to hear about with this. It's a really cool, different take and so much better of a take than using Etsy or Shopify or anything like that. It's been. This is really meant for what we do.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pros to those platforms. I'm certainly not slamming anybody because Etsy and Shopify have made me a tremendous amount of money. But I also know how I'm not even going to say rare, but I am not the normal person trying to go out and sell CNC files. So if you have a built-in traffic generator, it makes sense to sell in a lot of those places. But people
Yeah.
aren't showing up to Etsy to buy CNC files. They're showing up to Etsy to buy some knockoff print-on-demand shirt, right? They're not
Yeah.
showing up to your Shopify store because they don't know that it exists. So if somebody's looking for CNC files, my goal and the reason that it is named cncfiles.com is if somebody Googles CNC files, it's just the first thing that pops up because that's the name of the business, right? So that's the whole hope is that you can enter into it, try it out. If you don't like it, it doesn't matter. It's like very low stakes, like they're digital files at the end of the day. And figuring out deliverability, and also something that I don't talk a lot about that I'm hoping to talk more about very soon is the training. So if you are lost, you can find one of the instructors and book one-on-one time with them, and you can book the amount of time that you feel like you want. You can talk to them beforehand and make sure that it's something that these instructors are normal people like us who might just really know or care about something specific. But the amount of
Yeah.
people that I've talked to over the years that offer their help for free is a lot. And those people, the majority of the time, get burnt out very, very quickly because they become a lifeline to somebody else. And then all of a sudden their phone just gets blown up all the time. And they don't answer anymore because they're like, I can't do this for free. I'm literally spending 4 or 5 hours a week helping this person and
Yeah.
it's taking over my life. And it's like, well, those people obviously still need help. And if they want to be able to show up, find the right person, we've all got that on cncfiles.com too.
Yep.
That's
We got a question here for you. Let's see here. Steve, was it Huffman? My screen is kind of fuzzy. He's having some problems with trying to get on there. That may be something that he needs to email support about, though.
Yeah, send over an email to hello@cncfiles.com. We have had a few people have issues creating accounts, which has been very frustrating. With a brand new system, it is very custom developed. And I've learned a whole lot about custom development. A, it's been very, very expensive. But B, some things take a little bit of time to work out. So I appreciate you trying so hard. Obviously, you are because you're using two different emails. And I'm very sorry that it's bouncing. And I'm hoping to get that fixed. But if you could send me a screenshot of what you're seeing in that email over to hello@cncfiles.com, that will help me figure things out with the developers and figure out how we can fix it.
Yeah, and then what we got here? We got Earl. Hey, Ham, let everybody know about the members that helped with the project and what their options are, which I am one that helped. Thank you. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
so cncfiles.com would not exist without the lifetime members. A few months ago, we pretty much announced our intentions of what this was and where we were going. And a lot of people showed up and became lifetime members, and they're set. Pretty much as long as CNC Files rolls, which I don't see it stopping anytime soon, they got an infinite download button. So once again, thank you so much. If you're a lifetime member and you're watching this and you haven't gotten one of our emails, send me an email, hello@cncfiles.com, because a few people just aren't getting our emails, which is unfortunate.
That sounds like something that I would do right there. His files sell really good. It's just not his.
So that's also a thing too, because I've had that issue a lot as well. So we've got a flagging system, and I genuinely care about making sure that the people who made the file make the money. So that's something that I care a whole lot about. So if you want to sell them on cncfiles.com, know that we are big proponents of making sure that the correct people make the money that they need to.
Yeah, yeah. No.
Now,
Oh man, well it's. Go ahead, Sean.
I see you're also getting into 3D printing on this, along with CNC.
Yeah, so it's very interesting because, as we all know, that CNC and what it stands for pretty much applies to the majority of the machines that we have, right?
Yep.
So I wanted to make it available where if you do have 3D printing stuff, go for it. If you've got laser stuff, go for it. Water jet. If you've got a embroidery machine, bring it on, right? like we want people with maker machines to be able to sell their files here. Obviously, CNC files is going to be our biggest focus because there's just no place for that out there. I think that laser is a lot easier than CNC in a lot of ways. And I think that 3D printing is, to make a marketplace for 3D printing in today's day and age would be just an instant failure on my part. So the CNC stuff is kind of like the bread and butter, but also just like no one is doing it in a way that makes sense because the software, the machines, the controllers, everything's so siloed and nothing plays with each other. So in
Yeah.
order for that to be accessible to the right people who are just trying to find a file and understand if it works for them, it's really, really hard. So trying to create a marketplace for that has been a lot of fun, but also just like, okay, somebody went out, bought a CNC machine, they're really excited. How do I get them a win? And that is a lot harder than it sounds.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, um, yeah. Oh wow. Whew. Brain saw smoke just go straight on out. I was going somewhere, and then it just took a left turn and went off a cliff.
You know what I see here. This is really cool because I mean I started years ago, and to find files and to find certain things, you're limited. And then when you did, it's like, okay, are these more of an expert, setup, or is it something I'll understand? So from what I see so far is you're focusing on everybody, not just an expert, but also the beginner,
Yeah.
which I think is really cool.
It's really interesting solutions we've had to figure out because somebody new showing up to the site just wants to be able to buy the files, right? And then maybe after a few months they've made their own files and they're like, oh, well, I actually want to be able to sell mine because that's where I was bought them and that's where I found them. And they start selling. So the same profile is a buyer as well as a seller. Maybe a few years later or something, they're like, I'm really good at this one specific thing. I'll offer training on that because people have been asking me how I do this one specific thing. So then all of a sudden they can become an instructor and you can do every single one of those things very, very quickly. So that's one of the things that is interesting about the maker community because I know a lot of people who are very, very smart that know specific stuff that the second you're like, oh, become an instructor, they're like, absolutely not. They're like, because somebody's going to ask me something that I don't know about. And it's like, well, that's the whole thing about the whole community. Everybody's that way, right? Like they get really focused on one specific thing and then they know the most about that thing. And that knowledge normally doesn't get transferred anywhere. So even if it is just in a file and that knowledge lives in a file and there's a whole like info section of just like, this is what you need to know, like that doesn't exist anywhere else right now. Like I often look at the tools that are available in AI and what they look like for CNC file creation, and there
Yeah.
is so much left to do when it concerns computers understanding like the intricacies of it. And it's like, there people are working on it. It is coming for sure, but most of the knowledge is just like kept with somebody. And once you figure it
Yeah.
out, you dial in those feeds and speeds, you're like, well, why would I tell anybody? Because they need my machine, they need my spindle, they need this exact bit and my material of this specific thickness. And it's like, well, all of a sudden it dies right there. So hopefully we're creating a place that it can live on a little bit.
Well, Kenneth has a good comment here for you. He's always been unsure about posting his files. So, what would you say to somebody that's never sold a file before?
So my big thing is post them because there's a file for everybody out there. Somebody's looking for it or somebody will be interested in it. There's somebody who wants to know more about it. I've had a lot of people purchase files from me just to see how they're set up, just purely because they're interested, not in the actual substance of the file, like the actual like thing they're creating, but how the file's made. So
Yeah.
we will have more maker education when it concerns like, hey, how to sell your files and like how to set things up. Because in my shop, I don't make files to sell them. I make files to make stuff, and then we have to repackage them in order to sell them. And that sentence right there really makes people nervous because they're like, well, what does that mean? How do I repackage something? So it's honestly really simple. And we've spent a long time figuring out the standard for what that really means. And I need to make some videos and work on the education portion for sellers because the more sellers, the better. And I believe that people even just wanting to sell their files is a really great first step. And once again, there's something for everybody out there.
Nice. Very good. Oh, well, everybody should be getting out there and signing into cncfiles.com and
If you can, obviously. So sorry about that.
Everybody except for Steven. Steven's just going to have to deal with it.
I think one
I'm
of
sure
the
he'll get through
that like Kenneth also about would might be bringing up is posting a file. Say I create a file and I put it on the site. Now you've already answered this, which is really cool. And all of a sudden I find that file, somebody bought it, but now they're posting it on Etsy. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, you said you actually have things working where if you see that file someplace else, it flags it, or?
So we can directly control it in our marketplace. Outside of our marketplace, we can't directly control it. So unfortunately, it's one of the things, like, unless it's under our brand, we don't have the legal right to be able to say it is posted on our site and now it's posted on Etsy and our person says that that's not ours. Etsy's really good at taking stuff down. Believe it or not, they really are. So bothering Etsy about that or contacting the seller is always the first thing. Unfortunately, we can't just be the champion of making sure that everybody's content is protected online. But when it's on our site, if somebody were to take a file that is yours and then they post it on our site, obviously we will do the necessary investigation to make sure that that's the correct thing to do and then take it down. I wish that we could just pop up on Etsy because, I mean, like, I've said it before, but, like, I just wish that I knew who made that first alligator swimming STL, right? Like, everybody and their brother has it, everybody and their brother's selling it, but who made it, you know?
Who's the creator,
Yeah.
Well, you're right on like Etsy. I mean, I've pestered them so much I can go on there and say, hey, they're using my file, and it's down within an hour, if that.
Yeah, because Etsy doesn't want to get screwed over with that. And I mean, like, there's so much stuff that I've learned about payment processors and, you know, maintaining good, reliable, like, rapport with them. And, like, it matters, you know, to make sure that they know that people coming to your site are having a good financial experience. Like, and that's, it's sketchy. I mean, like, I've already had, we've only been up 3 weeks. I've already had so many scams trying to hit the site and stuff. And it's like, very glad that we built it the way that we did to make sure that we're protected. Because we don't want our vendors relying on us to be manually calculating and figuring out a lot of that stuff. We want it to be very, very secured. So that as people are uploading their, you know, financial information into our system, knowing that it's protected.
Yeah, you know it. All right. Well, let's. I knew that we were going to get pretty deep into what you got going on there, Ham. So I only selected a few other videos for us to just randomly talk about and trying to keep some stuff going in. So let's skip over to some of the other videos that we have to talk about, and then if we have any other questions or whatever, we can circle back in. The big thing that this week has been coming out is this, or well, it's been for the last couple weeks really, is this trouble that Bamboo Labs is getting into. So this video here is from YGK3D. Also, all these videos, as usual, are in the description, so go ahead and click them if you want to go watch them. Highly recommend watching this one if you have a Bamboo Lab printer, and or thoughts on what's been going on with that. But basically, yeah, they're kind of going MakerBot on everybody, which is trying to close themselves off to people. Which I have several Bamboo machines. I know everybody on this panel right now has Bamboo machines, so
what have I been? I love the machine. I'm not a fan of the company, but I love the machine. I mean,
but this is the way he described. Like, I'd heard a whole bunch of stuff about this over the last couple of weeks about them sending cease and desist letters to this developer and stuff like that. But I didn't really understand what was going on. And YGK3D really gives a good, touches base on what the whole issue really is. And it really sounds like Bamboo doesn't have a leg to stand on with it. But I guess we'll see in the next couple of weeks if they change what they're doing or what. But pretty interesting. It all comes down to their cloud system, I guess. But so definitely check that one out. Another video that we got here is I just ran across this and I thought this was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. This is an Ender 3 with a tool changer.
Weren't you working on
This guy makes these. Yeah, This guy makes all kinds of tool changers. They're like all Voron-based tool changers, but it's fascinating. I don't know if he's got the files out there or what. He's got a kind of a thicker accent, so I was having a little bit of trouble. I need to slow it down and really pay attention to it. But look how fast this thing is changing heads. So it's a 4 tool changer, and it's like flipping through them really fast. It's pretty wild. But this one's only like a couple minutes long, and it's mostly the tool changer going back and forth. So
still a bed slinger?
yeah, still bed slinger.
Yeah.
But that it's a bed slinger with the tool changer is pretty wild.
True.
Yeah, but pretty neat. And then another CNC video that we have here is from the old Clack Shack. So I saw Clack out there in the chat making fun of my speed that we're showing tonight. I did catch that. So, but we'll still talk nice about you anyway, Dave. But he had a whole bunch of projects this week that he was posting up on. So another channel sent him an AI picture of a whole bunch of signs for like their market building that they sell farm fresh stuff at. And so Clack was out there remaking some of the signs as what it was showing in that, and man, they turned out good. But he was using all the toys in the shop. He's using CNCs, he's using lasers, he's using the UV printers, all kinds of stuff. So it's pretty fun video of all the cool stuff that he was working on this week. Look at that, farm fresh eggs. That was done on the Eufy Make printer. I think he's making up for time that Steve had his Eufy Make printer. So but it's like he was storing up design ideas the whole time, and we're just waiting for one to show up for him. So it's pretty good. But yeah, so good projects on here. I think they turned out pretty good. He did say something about the first sign about how he couldn't make it any bigger. Yeah, there's the AI sign of it right there, or picture of it.
That was AI.
But, huh? Yeah, that's an AI picture right there, I think.
That's scary because I thought it was real. That was scary.
I did too.
So, but he was talking about like how he couldn't make the upper picture or the upper sign larger than what he did, but I don't think he cut it at an angle on his CNC. So he has the Shapeoko 4x4, and if he would have cut that at a 45-degree angle, he probably could have made it, I don't know, 6-8 inches longer. But just as a thought. But I think it turned out awesome the way it did because it had the epoxy inlay and all that good stuff. So, but yeah, so good stuff on that.
Yeah, black, good-looking dude.
Yeah, he's somewhat handsome.
He's somewhat handsome.
Yeah. And then just for something now for something different, as a large man, this does come near and dear to my heart. This is the McBarge. So this is from what, Sunny Bright Videos or something like that.
Yes, Bright Sun Films.
Bright Sunny, yeah. he did a video on this a couple of years ago, but and then an update now. So this McBarge is what it sounds like. In 1983, it was built as a floating restaurant for the 51st state of British Columbia, Vancouver fair or something like that, and it served people for like a month and a half or whatever it was, a couple months maybe, and then nothing else happened to it forever.
That's
That was
terrible.
it. Yeah, it got a 15,000 square foot barge. And so it got moved around. They talk about how it changed hands a couple times to this guy that was going to make it into like a science museum. And then that dude died within the last couple of years. And with that, the barge had been taking on waters in some of the pontoons, it sounds like, and eventually has now capsized. And so it is now dead in the water.
It sunk.
Yeah.
What a sad story you've just told us.
Isn't it? It's crazy. 15,000
Really?
square foot McDonald's is now in the water.
They could
But
probably
what's even
fill that
weirder is,
They could probably
Was that?
fill that with ping pong balls and raise it.
oh yeah, float it back up. Well, the problem is that now that the guy has died, like there's nobody that owns it,
Limbo.
and it's on like a federal waterway, so the feds are like, it's not in the way, so we're not touching it, and so it's just gonna sit there and disintegrate because it's not gonna move. But yeah, it's a pretty sad state of the old McBarge, but very very crazy and weird storyline for it, that it was such a crazy build, and then it was used for a couple months and then shelved for the next 30-40 years. Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, funny to watch and check out.
Fun
But
to
yeah, that was, what was that?
That would have been really cool to see in its day.
Hell yeah. It would have been awesome. Like the city didn't want it there. Like they wanted to keep it open, and the city was like, "No, we're taking the gangplanks away, and you're gonna have to take this thing somewhere else."
See, and that's when they
But
used tallow, and the burgers were burgers.
yeah, yeah, it's crazy. It would have been a big giant party barge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, all right. So that's for something different there. Um, so let's go back to normal here.
What's normal?
Normal.
Yeah, nothing's normal around here. Um, so, Mr. Hamilton, so you've actually gotten more into 3D printing here recently.
I have.
Yeah, so you Bamboo sent you a couple machines now. So which ones do you have now?
So I've got the X1C and the H2D.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
needed the H2D specifically for that 3D printed bucket fountain.
Yeah.
And
That
it
was-
barely fits, but I don't know. I've heard rumblings what you are talking about, and honestly, it'll go over, but about what's happening with Bamboo Lab and everything. And every time I've seen anything online, I'm just like, I don't use mine to make money, therefore it all goes over my head. I've been so out of the 3D printing world forever. I've only like been in the CNC world that like when people bring stuff up, I'm like, it works really good. I don't know.
Like I
That's
say,
kind of where I'm at on it.
it's a hell of a printer. I'm not a fan of the company, but I love the printer. You don't even have to say that last part.
Oh,
It is a good printer.
my experiences with them have been great. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
they
when-
do work great. How do you like the H2D so far?
honestly, it's gone without a hitch. It's been fantastic. I wish that I had. Well, give me 30 seconds. Be right back.
Sure. Look, and we don't even need to do midget tossing.
Right. I got it queued up.
Man. Oh, so my video currently It's 97% now.
Oh, that's
Nice
nice.
tower.
So that's
I'll check that out.
that's 5 colors, and inside of the windows you can see the actual like staircase going up, but the staircase is green, and every single
Oh, wow.
plank in there is green. Oh my gosh, I'm so backwards right now. But I was just astounded that it took, yes, 70 hours, but I was astounded that it just did it. Like, never
Yeah.
once was I scared. It just like, it worked perfectly. And I don't know, like, this isn't my normal stuff. I just kind of did it just to see. But I like the fact that it's dual nozzle because it does save me a lot of time. Like the other day, we were at a market,
Oh,
and my daughter like saw a little 3D printed panda bear holding a heart, and she was like really really upset that I wasn't going to buy it for her because they wanted $25 for it. And I was like, we can make one when we get home. It was the first time that I like sat her down and like let her pick the colors and the slicer and everything, and then like she was like, okay, it's go. And then I was like, when you wake up in the morning, you'll have a panda bear. And she did, and hers now glows in the dark, and she's super pumped by it. But like, I I don't know. It's relaxing how easy 3D printing is because like CNC does take a considerable amount of effort. But 3D printing is just fun because you can just be like click, 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 cool, see ya in a few days, and it'll just be there. It's awesome.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
it's really changed over the last couple of
there's some
years.
people that say it's so slow, and it's like, wait a minute. If you order something, how long is it going to take you to get that what you just ordered? Why not print it?
Yep, yep. And I don't know. It is very interesting. I every time I use a 3D printer, I can't help but sit there and be like, how can we do this for CNC? Like there's so many things that I understand. I'm getting the dumbest version possible of how to 3D print something so that I can do it, right? Like there's people out there who know way more about it than me that'll just be like, "Oh, but you could." The second that I started printing ASA with a 8 millimeter nozzle, I was like, "Ooh, I shouldn't be here," because there was so much stuff where I was like, "Okay, cool. It's going to be twice as fast as the 4 millimeter nozzle, and it's ASA. Therefore, I need it for the outside stuff that I was doing." And I didn't go to plan. So like I switched back over to the 4 millimeter, and it printed just as fast because there was so much stuff that I needed to do as an individual. And in that moment, I was like, this is what people feel like when they get a CNC machine because it's been so long since I had like my like first few cuts or whatever that you forget how scary and frustrating and like defeating it is.
Oh
To
yeah.
just look at something and be like, the guy on YouTube said it was easy. Like, why isn't this easy?
There you go.
I think it's conquering the fears. Now, since you have two nozzles, get you some of this stuff. It's breakaway supports.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, so you can do your supports in a different material and
So I've
have
got
it work.
support material that I got when I had no idea what I was doing. My X1C was the first one to show up, and I got support material because I was like, I need support material, and then I never used it. So now that I have the dual nozzle, I put support material on one nozzle, and then for some reason I couldn't figure out how to like make it so that the slicer was going to print the support material and the regular PLA. Um,
Yeah.
I know that that sounds very, very silly, but I sat there for a while and I watched like 3 videos and I was like, I can't for some reason to get this work. I just wouldn't recognize it.
it's
I will.
it's like any other software. You know, you got that learning curve.
Uh,
It's in the slicer.
there,
You'll
there was one moment that one night it wouldn't recognize my nozzles at all. It was just like, bro, you don't have those. And it's like, we haven't changed them. And I ended up just turning the machine off and turning it back on. It's been fine ever since. Uh,
Yeah, and sometimes they just need a timeout.
yeah, I guess.
Just,
It's like I've been
just
on
gotta shut her
every
down.
day since you've gotten me. It's funny
Yep.
because the H2D showed up the morning that my son was born. So I'm sitting in the hospital and I like get a notification. So I sent my neighbor a message. I was like, "Hey, I got a really big package that showed up. I was like, can you please bring it to my shop?" And he's like, "Sure." Like 2 days later when we were home, I was like, "Thank you so much. That must have been incredibly heavy." He was like, "Dude, that was so heavy. What was it?" I was like, "A 3D printer." He was like, "Why is it so heavy?" I was like, "It's huge." Poor
Yeah,
guy.
that was Yeah, you got the new toy at the hospital, and then the new toy in the shop waiting
Two
for
kids
you.
the same day.
Yeah, one of
Yeah.
them's quieter than the other
For now.
for now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. No. Awesome. We'll do if we don't have any other questions out in the chat there here in the next couple minutes. We'll wrap up and let everybody go about their weekend. But we'll see here. As far as in CNC stuff, you're still running the alt mill and the Onefinity, right?
Yep, still got both of those in the shop. And honestly, I just keep on bouncing between the two. I still
Yeah.
every single day get people with emails sending me an email being like, "I know you got
Which
to
one?
appease the companies, but between you and me, which one would you buy?" And like, I genuinely like it's so hard, like letting people really know. But it's like just pick your poison. It's a Ford versus Chevy thing. Like
Yeah.
I genuinely love both of them for so many different reasons, and both of them I have cussed at, and both of them I have been so pleased with. And it's like, you know, I don't believe anybody has really figured out the entire ecosystem yet. That it's like, hey, that's the machine that you should buy. But
Yeah.
I am very happy with both of the machines, and I would tell anybody that either one is worth buying.
Heck yeah. Do you have the Masso G3 Touch on the Onefinity?
I do, I do, I do. I'm a big
Uh,
fan.
of course, Dave Gatton has been a proponent of the Masso for a good while now, and it he loves those, and it that's a cool controller.
Yeah, it's very fast. It is. It's very like you press a button, it does the thing. So
Yeah,
like jogging the machine around is way better than any other machine that I've used. Um, like it's a really really great experience to the point where like jogging the machine around the alt mill is just like ugh. But like the Infinity, it's just so seamless. There's just so many like back and forths like of this one does that better and this one does that better. I haven't
yeah,
used any of the Redline controller stuff, so I don't really know too much about that. But I hope to soon. We'll see.
yeah. Good deal. Well, Mr. Paul, you got anything else for us tonight?
Nope, I'm fresh out of ideas, but I've enjoyed seeing you, Ham. Good to have you on. Hope you
Thanks for
come back
having me
again
on.
sometime.
I would love to do so very soon. I appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, Mr. Sean, you got anything?
No. Dude,
Hey, you guys are wonderful. Great help.
it's so cool to have him on.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely has been fun to have Han
It
back
is.
on and touching base and everything. CNCfiles.com. Go check them out.
Check it
Get some
out.
files.
I will be on. I will be on this Wednesday. I'm actually feeling a lot better. So yeah, Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. If you like trains and 3D printing, come check it out. Just hang out, have some coffee.
Nice.
There you go. Well, Mr. Ham, you got anything else for us this evening? Anything you want to tell us about?
Oh, nothing, nothing. I'm
What, did you get the Paul and Sean disease or something?
I guess so. I've been so deep in making videos, like that whole board back there is just videos that like I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
even think straight anymore.
Yeah, for a while there, you were pretty thin with videos, and it's like, oh, here they're coming back with reckless
I
abandon.
hadn't I hadn't posted in 5 months, and honestly, it was such a huge like I didn't realize how stressed I was all the time because of YouTube. And taking off like the first month, I felt like really bad, and the second month, I was like, "This is nice." And then 5 months later, I was like, "Oh God, I haven't posted in 5 months."
It's been a
Uh,
long time.
Yeah, so like getting back in the swing of things has been just a whole other ordeal. YouTube's changed a lot in the last few years, and like it is a different game. And no matter how many subscribers you have, you still got to play. Like there's no safety net with YouTube. It's always the constant grind. So I'm very glad that I took some time off because it was very healthy. But at the same time, it's like you get off the train, you got to get back on.
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah, you definitely do. So, all right. Well, tomorrow morning, I'll have that new video out, and it'll go live just before I go watch the movie.
Nice.
But you go watch it. It's not too long, but it shows you how to make some easy hype chains. Ooh, everybody wants to make hype chains. I don't know. Anyway, good times. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out with us. CNCfiles.com. Make sure you hit like and subscribe on the way out. And, we'll see you next week. Until then, peace out, sauerkraut.
Bye.